Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapinder. Welcome back. A plea from an outspoken pastor in the wake of last week's boating tragedy. Leading Baptist Bishop Simeon Hall is calling on the Haitian community, pastors, and church leaders to release the names of what he called the murderous pirates behind the ill-fated voyage from Haiti. More than 30 Haitian migrants lost their lives when their 40-foot sloop ran aground in Manowar Key, Abaco early last Saturday. Close to 20 were rescued, leaving still many others unaccounted for.
Haitians living in poverty in Haiti must be told that it's better to be poor than to be eaten by sharks on the open seas. That's how ghastly this thing has become. And I think we need to share that this trade has to stop.
President of the League of Haitian Pastors, Jean-Paul Charles, has appealed to Bahamians to invest in Haiti as a means of deterring Haitian nationals from taking the risky sea voyage in search of a better way of life. Having visited the impoverished island nation several times, Bishop Hall said Haiti needs to lead the way in helping itself.
The Bahamas, the region, Caracas, and all should try to help. America itself has been slow, and sometimes you think that it's because the hue, the color of the people of Haiti. But Haitians in Haiti must do more to close the gap between the rich and the poor. The rich and the poor is Haiti's, in my estimate, biggest problem. And so we want the Bahamas to help, we want the Caribbean to help, but Haiti itself must do more.
The bishop's comments follow a weekend of mourning for those Haitian nationals laid to rest on Sunday at the Enoch Beckford Auditorium, Jamaica Road. Hundreds turned out for what Bishop Hall says was a painful ceremony in which so many were killed. In other news this evening, police hoping to release more encouraging news on their investigations into this weekend's carnage on the streets, where 4 people lost their lives, upping the homicide count so far this year to 10. Chief Superintendent Solomon Cash telling our news team that teams are on the ground conducting intense investigations in hopes of coming up with something. From all reports, the bloodshed began on Sunday following 2 shooting deaths only an hour apart and on parallel streets. Police say the first took place on Balfour Avenue and Washington Street before 9 a.m. Around that time, a man was reportedly sitting in front of a business establishment when he was shot by a man who escaped in a silver vehicle. His victim died in hospital soon after. Less than an hour later, and under similar circumstances, another man was shot and killed on Robinson Road and Miami Street. Police believe the 2 matters are related based on the description of the gunman. However, according to Chief Superintendent Cash, there is nothing at this point indicating the victims knew each other. Fast forward 12 hours and homicide investigators responded to another such incident on Portisky Dock. The fatal shootings no doubt creating some degree of panic, but according to Superintendent Knowles, operations on the ground have increased. Police are also appealing to business owners with surveillance cameras in any of the named areas to help out with investigations into these matters. A game of gambling leaves 2 wounded and 3 in the hands of authorities. Police say it was just after 4 p.m. Sunday that they responded to reports of a group of men arguing. Soon after, a gunman exited a white vehicle and opened fire on the group, injuring 2 of them. Both men were taken to hospital. 1 has since been discharged. The other is listed stable. Up to airtime, police had arrested 3 men of Hannah Hill, 8 Mile Rock in connection with the incident. 3 murder accused today arraigned in a magistrate's court. Standing before Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt was 25-year-old Shaquille Culmer, whose address is noted as both West and Fleming Streets. Culmer is accused of the February 2nd murder of Randolph Anderson, aka Dion Bryce. He was not required to enter a plea. Bail was denied, and he was subsequently remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections for a voluntary bill of indictment until February 5th at noon. Next up was 28-year-old Rashad Paul, aka Ice. It's believed the Wiley Close resident is behind the February 2nd killing of Kirby Jean-Pierre. He too was not required to enter a plea, denied bail, and remanded to the BDC until April 5th. The third man arraigned on murder charges was 21-year-old Joe Bullard of Lincoln Boulevard. Bullard, who stands accused of murdering Gary Leon, was not required to enter a plea. Bail was denied, and he was subsequently remanded to the BDC until April 5th. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news was brought to you by Alive.